Okay, it looks like that may have fixed the audio. It seems like we've got audio now. Sound, okay. That seems positive. Cam said sound. Is the sound good? Can you hear it? I've been explaining wordlessly to myself as I work through this that I did in fact have to switch from one computer to another. So I'm sure that's had some amount of effect on things like, you know, stream and stuff. And I had my chat. I had to make a new chat box, so let me see if I can fix that for you, and get that amended. It's just gonna take a moment or two, so hang out amongst yourselves. Sorry, I tried to remember all the settings that I have, but clearly a couple of them I just didn't have right, which is fine. And that's okay, and we're working on that. And it's gonna, it might take a little while, but you know what, we'll get there. We'll get there. So yes, I am sorry that this is not all ready to go 100%. This is, I mean, I've clearly proven that I can solve an issue or two and get the stream working. But yeah, I do feel a little bit bad that wasn't right off the go first try. But you know what? If we've got audio, and I'm hoping that we do, I got there in the end. So, you know, no one bitch about it too much, hopefully. But if that impacted your stream experience, I do apologize. Again, I'm working on it. I'm working on making this chat thing work, so give me, you know, another few seconds, and we'll get there together in the end. Not everything's perfect at the start. I'm sure you guys can understand that. Okay. We'll do that. Okay. I'm gonna change the CSS. I've got it here, so this is all recoded. Give me just a second here. Alright. We'll see if that works now. Okay. Alright. Hopefully that fixed all of the issues. I'm not sure. Let me know. Hello. Okay. Sorry, I didn't mean to jump scare you with sound. Sound is fine. Okay. Yeah, the names are bigger. I can change the font size some other time or some shit, but I thought the new font was kind of like, you know, it was cute, it fit the channel, that kind of stuff. Hello, Brady. Hello, Soda. Hello, Atomic Topher. Yeah, I don't know why, is it still, are the messages still fading really fast? Because they're not meant to. Chat reverted, okay. Alright. I tried to be fancy, and have, like, the animations come up on the chat, but clearly that's just sort of fucking with it all, so let me take those away. And And while I'm here, I can probably change a few things. Sorry, I know this isn't the most exciting part of the experience to have to watch me fuck around with chat and colors and stuff. Okay, so main complaints were the names were showing up too big, so I'll reduce that font size. This is good feedback to have in the moment. Sorry to use you all as guinea pigs. I swear I'll get to painting soon. Have that at a reasonable 15. What color? What color do you guys want your regular names to be? I usually put it as like a kind of pink or a pastel, mint green or blue or a yellow. I don't know. What are we feeling in terms of color? You know what? I'm calling dibs on pink for myself. So you guys pick what color you want to be. And then I'll make that happen for you. While I'm adjusting all of the other settings. So, you know, fight to the death over that or whatever it is you guys are going to do. The green was nice. Okay. We'll keep it green then. Okay. It matches Starboy, yeah. That's kind of... It's fair. Okay. Oh, and I can make it show badges too. Okay. We'll make that just a little smaller. That's fine. We're not gonna have animations. All right. Let me just get this all copied. And then we'll see if it works, and hopefully it will. This riveting saga of me adjusting all the settings, I'm sure, is very, very peak content. But people like when things go wrong, honestly. Okay. Okay, I see stuff coming up. I see stuff coming up. Gonna adjust that just a little bit, yeah, so my voice doesn't fucking peak the audios. Cameron said POG, which I think is a good sign. I've come to understand that POG is a positive thing. Alright, so I'll leave the chat thingy to edit there. Looks like it's sticking. That's what we want. Everybody happy, everybody good. Looks like everything's good. Okay. Well, thank you for bearing with me while that all got sorted out. You know, overall, 15 minutes of troubleshooting for two issues, I'm gonna say that's not too bad. That's not too bad. I've definitely been in meetings for work where less complicated issues have taken way longer to solve. So I'm gonna give myself the W on that one. Yeah. I mean, it could have been worse. Let's put it like that. It could have been worse. I think last time we were here, we were working on adding red to the models. It looks like I stopped with this guy because I haven't painted his flag in yet. So we'll pick back up with that and continue working on these little McDonald's boys. And that was the stream. No. Yes, IT fiber. That's Definitely not what they call me. But hey. Yeah, so for anyone who's like, why did your stream change? Why are the fonts new? Why is stuff different? The computer I was working on stopped charging completely and would not hold a charge beyond 2%. So I had to switch to another computer. This is my old Republic of Gamers Asus laptop that I had in college because I needed something strong enough to run 3D modeling software when I was in animation school. I am not sure how old this computer is. I am not sure how well it will run or for how much longer, but it seems to be chugging away pretty decently. While this computer is capable of running 3D modeling software, and did run 3D modeling software, it is not ideal to run 3D modeling software off a laptop. Another fun thing about this laptop is I wrote most of the Bloodborne fanfiction that I devoted a considerable portion of my time to on this laptop, and there are letter keys that are all but completely worn away from use. Like, the A key is just gone. It's completely obliterated. It's also covered in stickers that really just encapsulate that era of my life. Like, I have a sticker of the "This is fine" dog. You know the one from the meme? I've got that. And a bunch of random stickers I bought at a con, so it's a little bit of a blast from the past. I had to purge a lot of stuff on it just because I was like, wow, I really don't need this hanging around anymore. But yeah, definitely a throwback. I think somebody actually sent me a video of Mixed Sabbath, because they were like, this kind of seems like you'd enjoy it. Oh, shit! Hang on, guys. I have something exciting to show you that probably nobody but me is excited about, but I feel so professional that I have these now. Hang on. Look what I have! I have the little things, so like, everybody seems to fucking have these little things for holding different parts, and I'm like, ooh, they look so cool. They look so professional, because they're not just gripping the model. Now, the next time I want to paint a Gundam, instead of like, doing this, look! Look how nice that is! That's it! I have the technology now. I need to get like a little foam block to stab them in or something, but I know that's not a really exciting piece of technology to anybody, but I feel so cool. God, that was really violent. I just straight up ripped that Gundam's leg off. Anyway, yeah, I was really excited that these came in. Because I'm gonna, I bought primer today, and was gonna prime my knight, but it's super duper cold outside, and I was like, it was cold enough just going to the store and getting this primer. I don't actually want to be outside priming, so I didn't prime my knight, and I will do it tomorrow, along with the subject of the video that I'm working on. Another fun fact about this old laptop is that it has pirated versions of Photoshop, Premiere, After Effects, all these programs, cause couldn't afford that shit in college. And the guy that I was dating at the time was like, "Hey, do you want all these pirated copies of stuff that I have?" And I was like, "Hell yeah, I do." So I have all that, which is really great. I also think I have a pirated copy of the Grand Budapest Hotel and the first season of Marvelous Misadventures of Flapjack and like 2 or 3 other things just randomly on this laptop. Again, a blast from the past, encapsulating a different time in my life. Where'd I get these, the alligator clips? Walmart.com. I was given a Walmart gift card for Christmas, and I felt that this was the best use of it. I also ordered a pair of pants that I thought might look nice, but then they were like, hey, those pants that you ordered, we don't have them in stock, so we're only sending you the stuff for your miniature painting hobby, and we're gonna refund the rest of your order. So now I just have an awkward amount left on this gift card that I'll have to, like, spend on Arizona green tea or something like that in the future. Riveting saga, I know. I definitely feel like I should paint all these straps in red as well, but it's going to be easier to do that later. After painting like the base beneath them. Sometimes it's really a layering process with getting these done. I can at least paint the straps on there. Come back here, you. Do you know we're almost to 2,000 watch hours? We're getting really close, which is really cool. We're at like 1,871 hours last time I checked, so we're halfway to 4,000, which is when I get monetized. Almost, sort of. We're getting closer. Slowly but surely, we're making progress, which is very exciting. I don't know what color I want to do the robot arm. I feel like I could do it all in red, but I'll probably give him like a weird Hamburglar arm and do it in white and black. He's my very favorite, so we're going to need to think of a very special name for him. Fiverr making it in this world really is the year of the bunny. Yes, it is the year of the rabbit, which is cool because my namesake, Fiverr, is a rabbit in a story. I am not year of the rabbit. Like, that's not my zodiac animal. But yeah, I did find that kind of cool. Yeah, I still have the login to my Tumblr, so I can't say I've forgotten that. I need to make sure I get this, like, camera angle right. Sorry that it's probably it's gonna be a little bit of an adjustment, but that's okay. I'm hoping that I can find something that works out pretty good. I just, like, if there's significant lag time or anything like that that seems out of the ordinary or different from usual, please tell me, because that's very helpful feedback for me to know, to see if there's anything I can do to, like, adjust that in the future. Because I don't currently, like, I don't know. So yeah, let me know. Sorry, I got so caught up in all of this stuff happening. I didn't ask, what are you guys working on? What are you painting? What are you crafting? What game should Cam and I play when Z comes over to play games tomorrow? I'll probably spend the morning playing Elden Ring with, I don't know if you guys know Mundane Twig, who sometimes hops into our chat, but Twig's been helping me get through Elden Ring. I'm stuck on the same goddamn boss that I was last time. Radon again! fucking hate that guy. But Twig has been very encouraging, very helpful in getting me through other areas of the game, and is confident that I can beat this giant evil man with a dead horse. I'm not. If I could figure out how to stream video games and also have my own audio going, because the only way I know how to do it with a PlayStation is to just hit the, like, stream, like, the go live function, and it automatically, like, connects to your YouTube channel if you have that set up. I think you have to get some kind of, like, capture card or some shit. I haven't looked into it at all. But if I knew how to do that, then I could have you guys watch me fail at Elden Ring over and over and over again, and I'm sure you'd get sick of seeing that happen. Ooh, cool. Vintage metal Eschers. I am also gearing up for, I'm starting to assemble the group for, Clown Collab 2.0 2023 edition. And I'm trying to figure out the best way to, like, get it to be a community thing in a little way, too, because a couple people were like, hey, if we had known about this, we would have painted a clown. And so I'm not really sure the best way to do that, but trying to think of how to do that. A couple people have expressed interest. I think we'll see some faces return. I've invited some new faces to participate. I don't really know how it's all gonna go down. But for big projects like this, I find that planning them early is a much, much higher chance of success than trying to get them done later. So I've given myself the deadline of the end of this coming week to get the official brief written up for the collab members, and that's kind of what I gotta figure that all out too. I feel like if I don't call it Clown Collab 2 Electric Boogaloo, I'm losing out on the best joke. I think I know the angle that I want to take on it. And I'm not going to tell you, like, which model I'm going to be painting or what, but on my last Pride video, I kind of just talked about the idea in general, which is cool. I don't feel like I need to do that again. I talked about, like, my own finally finding some amount of acceptance in the hobby, and, like, how I was worried about it, and it turned out fine, and everybody should be included, and that's really cool, which is, you know, the whole message of stuff, and that's fine, but, like, I've already made that video, right? So I don't want to just say the same things over and over again. So I think I'm gonna take an angle on it that's like, hey, obviously everybody is inclusive and you can paint shit however you want, and it's fine. But also, you should embrace your cringe interests a little bit, because you don't know who else in this world likes the same stuff. Like, I was so worried that people were gonna be like, painting Neopet stuff is dumb. And nobody said painting Neopet stuff is dumb. So, I think I might talk a little bit about that, and how some of the stuff that I thought I would, you know, people would be a dick to me for, that didn't happen at all. I don't know if that's exactly what I'll say. And my final script is not even in development yet, so, yeah. But that might be where we go with that. Hey! Get out of my tree, Achilles! He's still trying to destroy the Christmas tree. Bless his heart. Are they still going to be goblins, or a different army be clownified this year? You know, I'm honestly surprised people have asked that question so much. I like, it just never occurred to me that I would continue to make clown armies of various factions. it was always in my head that it was like, we're just gonna add more goblin clowns to the goblin clown army. Like, my brain did literally not even consider that as a possibility. I was just like, yeah, obviously clown goblins. We did it before, we'll do it again. So, the plan right now is to stick with Gloomspite Gits. I don't know what will happen once we've hit, like, maximum amount of clowns possible. But yeah. Sorry, that wasn't very well explained at all. It will be Clown Gits again. That's the pitch. It worked before. People thought it was funny or weird or interesting, so I think that's what I'm gonna do again. It's what everyone seems cool with doing again. And at least this time, as opposed to trying to vaguely explain my idea and where I'm going with things, I have the video that I can show people and be like, it's this. This is what's happening. But yeah, that's I'm hoping that all comes together and I'm able to do that again, because I had a ton of fun with it last year. It was really exciting for me. I mean, that video is still my best performing video. I know it's other people's not so greatest performing video, which, sorry to some of my collaborators who maybe didn't have their videos do as well as they usually do, but the algorithm can be a tough thing to please. All we can really do is our best at the end of the day. And that's kind of where I'm at with it. Although, I gotta be honest, it's not just because the night video did well. I'm really excited to paint up my next night. I am slightly sad that I didn't get it primed up today, because I would have loved to have started on it. Although, this one I intend to also make a video about. I feel like anytime you paint a night, you should probably make a video about it, because those are really cool. So I gotta get set up for that. Oh my gosh, that's awesome! The Pug Mage, welcome to the chat. Great username. I love the idea of a tiny pug wizard. You just painted up your second miniature today? That's awesome. What did you paint? What kind of mini was it? Also, what kind of mini was your first mini? My first ever miniature that I painted was a WizKids Bard. Just like their generic Bard miniature, one of those, like, comes in a 2-pack of, like, player character minis, and it's pre-primed. Which spoiled me. I assumed all miniatures would come assembled and pre-primed for the rest of my life, and, that's just not how it works. It was a little space dwarf. Oh, cute! How can we join the collab? That's kind of what I'm trying to figure out, how to get the, like, community engagement sort of thing put together, or, like, a way for viewers to participate. I haven't figured that out yet, because I'm kind of dumb. But, you know, I'm working on it. Welcome back, Josh. You didn't have to, A, tell me that you were leaving, or B, tell me that you were coming back. You can come and go from the stream as freely as you please. You know this. Lesbian Pride Space Marine is a great first choice for first miniature ever painted. I love that. That's great. You already have that. You might not know. I'm not sure how involved you are in the Warhammer community, but they have an event during Pride Month every year called Fabulous Marines, where like that's the thing that you do, is to paint a Space Marine in Pride colors. So you already have your Marine done. Which bard was it in the 2-pack? Good question. It was the one with the like mandolin thing. He's like standing up. He's got like a little, I think he's got like a little cape, or something. I'll have to see if I can find that miniature. I don't know if I still have it. I do keep this one close to hand. This was, I think this was the second or third miniature that I ever painted. But this was the first one that I ever painted. No, this was the second miniature that I ever painted. And I got some green stuff for the base, which I did the basing later. But this was I consider this the first miniature that I ever like painted on my own, because I painted my first one like with a painting group. And this was the first one that I ever painted in my own style, with my own ideas, my own color scheme. So I'm really, really proud of this one, and I keep it here so that I can look at it and remind myself of how much more satisfied I was with this miniature than any of the miniatures that I tried to paint like how I should. Because sometimes I think that people will get tired of my style or annoyed at it, or will call it a gimmick or something like that, when it's just, it's the way that I'm most happy to paint. So that mini hangs around so that I can remember that every time I look at it. And the Pug Mage, I highly recommend you keep your first couple of miniatures so that you can have that to see how far you've come. It's great, and it can be really, really lovely. I've only been painting for about 3 years now, so I still have, you know, I have tons of places to go in my painting journey. But, yeah. That's fantastic. Welcome to the hobby. Cameron, you will paint a clown? Excellent. I would love for you to paint a clown. Probably what will happen is I will write up a brief, I will workshop it with a couple of the collaborators and see what they think, and then figure it out from there. It's, you know, I'm not necessarily the best at figuring out how to organize things, but I try really hard, and I feel like I'm decent at least putting in some amount of effort in that respect. Like, I can tell people when the deadline is and what the project is. I don't know, like, you guys are, you know, you're some of the most dedicated viewers that I have. You're always on these streams, you participate in the Discord, and you're part of the community, and I really enjoy that, and I'm happy about it. If you don't mind me asking, how would you best like to be informed about this kind of stuff? Like, what should I do to be like, hey, if you want to paint a clown, you can? Like, should I just make a post that's basically like, hey, Clown Army is happening. This is the deadline of when the clowns are a thing, posted in Pride Month, XOXO5s. Like, sorry, I don't know how people do stuff community-wide. Like, when I had to approach other YouTubers to work on this collab, I messaged them and was like, hey, do you want to do this dumb thing? And they were like, yeah, that sounds awesome. Or, well, actually, most of them said, I hate clowns and I'm terrified of clowns, but you're pretty cool, so sure. Atomic Topher, that'd be pretty cool. I mean, I guess the basing tutorial exists, so anyone can paint them and know how to base them. That's the thing. I don't know if people are going to want to, like, send them in so that they can be put with the group shot of the army. The other thing is, like, I don't know what to do with the army because I didn't plan that. I was just like, clowns are really cool and I want to see if they'd work as an army, and they do. So I just sort of, like, have it. And I don't want to ask a bunch of people on the internet to paint me miniatures for free. If you get what, like, that feels weird to me. It felt weird when I was doing it before, but at least then I was like, oh, hey, this is for, like, a Pride collab. And it's cool because acceptance and the whole philosophy of, like, everybody's gonna be different, but they're the same army, which is cool. And then I was like, oh shit, I don't know where it goes from here. I didn't think that through. A Discord post? Okay, yeah, I could do that. I'll paint you miniatures for free, just not anyone else. See, the thing is, right, I very much, this army could be auctioned off for a charity, and that would be cool, and a great cause, everything like that. I don't know how to organize that, like, I know the Nova Open has, like, specific charities that they work with. I would definitely want to make sure, like, this year, the charity that I'm really excited to promote is called Point of Pride. They're great charity because basically what they do is they are working to send gender-affirming shapewear at no cost to trans people in need, and they also help trans people pay for gender-affirming surgery. That is what they do as a charity, and that's really fucking cool because being trans is just expensive in ways people don't necessarily expect, and, like, if you cannot afford, do not have access to, etc., things that can wildly change your mental well-being, that's what this charity is working to provide. So it's an exceptionally great cause, one very close to my own little queer heart. So I'm super hype about that, but I don't know, A, if Nova Open works with that particular charity. B, I'm not confident in the ability to package and ship this army out. C, the army is not actually tournament legal as of yet. We do not have enough points. And there was another thing. Oh, and then how do I, like, keep that going year after year? Like, if I want to keep adding to the... Because I do. Basically, every year I want to add a new clown to the army. I don't know that I could do that if it's sold off to an individual. So, those are all various aspects of why I don't know that the charity auction is the best route. It feels like the logical route. Like, I get why that would make sense. That, however, can, like, I just haven't... It doesn't seem like it would, work quite as well in the end as it would in like, the theory part. To be fair, I also really like these models, and they're really cool. And when I go visit some of my friends in Ireland this coming year, well, this year actually, God, I have to get my passport and shit in order. When all that happens, I'm really, really excited for, we're gonna paint clowns together. And, like, a lot of the YouTubers who contributed to this clown project are people I'm friends with, and it's very cool to be able to see their miniatures in the case and be like, man, there's a lot of supportive people out there in this world. So, I would be, of course, willing to part with them for a good cause like a charity. I would still be sad to see them go. I very much like them. They are a favorite possession of mine. And I wouldn't mind being entombed with my strange goblins like a pharaoh. Hello, Keegan. Hello, Goober. How are you? What's going on with your lives? How is everybody doing? What projects are you guys working on? I think actually one of the, it could just be a community army to celebrate Pride Unity in my channel. Yeah, absolutely. I think that's fair. Maybe someday if we get to a full 2,000 points, and it's like, yep, that's the end of the army, we can sell it off, but I don't know. I don't know what'll happen to it. I just hope people don't think I'm like a scummy person for being like, I have all of these goblins that other people painted for me. Like, I hope that isn't something that people think is weird. Well, the clown part can be weird, but you know what I'm saying. Aw, Keegan, I'm sorry about that. That does suck. I hope you find a better job that doesn't suck as much. I hope not. I don't know. No one said anything, no one said anything rude to me about it or anything like that. It's just a fear that I have because anxiety is a real thing. I appreciate that though. That's very helpful to know. My goblin collection commands fear and respect. I don't know about that. They're clowns. They're pretty goofy. I'm really excited though. I have several ideas for models that I want to paint for it, and I'm still waiting for my local game store to get the Age of Sigmar Battle Force boxes in. Like, they haven't come in. I tried asking an employee there when I was there picking up my primer today. I was like, yo, do you know when these are coming in? And they were kind of like, we don't really know. Maybe the end of the month, beginning of next month. And I'm like, oh dear. So, yeah. Hopefully, you know, they come in and I've just got plenty of time and I don't procrastinate painting the next clowns. But we'll see what happens. Also hoping that I don't have to put off the video posting until literally the last day of Pride Month. Hoping to, you know, get that sorted out a bit earlier this go round. Maybe. We'll see. Yeah, I mean, if it's the last week, it's the last week. If it's the last day, it's the last day. It will be posted during Pride Month, come hell or high water. I would not go swimming in GW plastic. I feel like that would be very, very painful. Also, it would break a lot of the models. Why are these Ashways Nomads cute? Like, they shouldn't be as cute as I find them. They should be probably pretty scary. I think they're adorable. I don't know what that says about me. I have a theory it doesn't say anything particularly good about me. Ooh, cool, Keegan. I'm gonna have to paint up some necromunda terrain eventually. Because I'd really like to learn how to play. And then I'm hoping, I know that Cam has a lot of kill team things and a lot of Warhammer things. I'm hoping that as we play more and more Malifaux and other games together, and game more regularly possibly, I can eventually corrupt them into playing some necromunda potentially, especially because I could just be like, oh no, I have all these extra minis lying around, and oh look, it's a present, and the present is necromunda that you might now play with me because we're friends, and maybe you want to check out necromunda too, because it feels like necromunda works best on like a campaign system from what I understand. So that I guess is ideally how you play, but I don't know. For now, I'm not all too worried about the playing aspect necessarily. For now, I just want to paint up these guys and think up silly clown names for them. Mark suggested I name the one that I had finished, the test model, which I might change some of the colors on still. But he had suggested Honkshanks as a name. As in he honks you and then he shanks you. And I was like, yeah, that's a pretty freaking good clown name for this guy, so we've got that one squared away. Yeah. This guy has such a funny little gadget on his arm. The bard. Was it a human male bard with a sword and lute on their back, or playing the flute? Let me actually look it up. I should be able to find the exact one. Since you're curious. Fast food ash waste terrain. Yeah, I'd love to do that. I feel like I could find some train set stuff. I feel like that would be easy. And then you could kind of build out over top of it. Okay. It is the female bard with the mandolin and the sword, and it is the one where they're holding the mandolin and it looks like they're playing it with both hands. That is the specific mini. It is the second link that I see in my suggested purchases from Simon Games. Will the cars be done up like pizza delivery vans? Well, I don't know, because the Ash Waste Nomads, they don't have cars. They have giant bugs that they ride around on. And, the bugs, I have a couple different routes that I can go, but I'm kind of leaning towards burger bug with giant French fry legs. Could also go with, like, milkshake bugs with sippy straw legs, hamburglar bugs. You could do, like, apple pie, you know, those shitty apple pies that McDonald's sells. You have a couple different routes you can go down, but I feel like making the bug a burger and its legs French fries would be most thematically appropriate. I don't own any of those yet. I have a lead on some used ones that I may purchase in the near future. So, we'll see about that. I was gonna make a video about painting these Ash Waste Nomads, but I'm just enjoying painting them on stream, so that's fine. If I do get the bugs, I will most likely do a sort of freehand is easier than you think how to paint a bug to look like a hamburger video. Because painting burgers isn't really that hard. It's not, I promise. Honkshanks, the ham murderer, Furiosa, the griller, Javier. I love Furiosa. I will call one Mick Furiosa. That is fantastic. In fact, that is so good, Brady. You can pick which of the guys I should name Mick Furiosa. The only one you can't pick is the one with the Zinch cape, because that's my favorite, and I need to come up with the name for that one myself. But you can choose. This one is already Honkshanks, so those two have names. But we've got the rocket launcher guy, we've got this guy with the hand, we've got this guy who used to be a Dunkaroo, this one who's probably the only one that I managed to do the two-handed weapon and have it not look stupid. This one who looks like he's directing air traffic control. This one who has 2 flags instead of 1. This one who I'm a little bit further along with for some reason than any of the other ones in progress. And then a guy who looks like I gave him 2 backpacks for some reason. Bionic arm has to be McFluriosa, this one? Okay, cool. Excellent. I mean, that makes sense given the character, so absolutely. That is, it's canon. So does Discount Used Bug Emporium. You betcha. Oh wow, Josh, we almost painted the same first mini. That's pretty cool. Grimace is a good Necromunda name. Yeah, you're not wrong there. One of them could be Grimace. And I mean, credit where credit is due. Brady did come up with the idea for fast food Necromundas, so... Originally, their designs for the Ash Waste Nomads were all, like... The masks were purple. They were all Grimace-faced. But I didn't want them all to be Grimace, so... I changed it. I thought it would be funnier if they were all little Ronalds, so... I made my choices. Had to be hashtag original, hashtag not like other McDonald's Necromundas. I think I wanted to play Necromunda so much because of Goobertown Brent's video about Necromunda, and then Midwinter Mini's video about unboxing, like, vintage Necromunda. It just made it seem so cool. I'm gonna watch both of those videos again tonight. I fucking love those videos. They're very soothing. You're printing out the objective cards for Grimdark Future Firefight, and you had for... And all I had for playing cards was X-Men playing cards, so there are now X-Men themed objective cards. That's fair. I used to have some Neopets trading cards back when I was young. I bought them because they had pictures on them of Neopets. I'd never learned to play the trading card game, and I don't have these cards anymore. But if I did, 1,000,000%, if I had to have objective cards, they would be Neopet cards that got turned into objective cards. I was really into Neopets, like I said. I never did get the Neopet that I wanted more than any of the other Neopets. My ultimate goal was to have a Fairy Kugra, which is like a tiger that is pink and purple with fairy wings. I did not achieve that on Neopets.com, the website, nor was I able to acquire the plush version from Limited 2, the store that I only ever went into for their Neopet section, and was almost never allowed to buy Neopet stuff. So, in both aspects, I never did quite achieve that Neopet dream. Perhaps someday. Although, with Neopets sort of going down the NFT route, it's confusing at best. You have Gorka Morka minis. Oh, that's cool. That seems like another game that is really interesting. I love vintage, I think it is, like old Hammer Adeptus Titanicus, when all the Titans looked dumb and weird and goofy and the proportions were strange. I definitely cannot afford any of those miniatures because they are quote-unquote collector's items. They're all metal anyway, so painting them would be like hell for me, who doesn't like painting metal miniatures, but I do like how goofy Night Titan started out. Old epic Titans, yeah. Yeah, I'm glad to see that Grimdark Future is getting some play. I should, again, learn how to play one-page rules at some point in time. Warhound had an actual dog head. That's pretty cool. That's pretty cool. So, looking at Honk Shanks here, which is a sentence I fucking love to say, I just don't know that I like the metal parts being this yellow-orange. I wanted it to look kind of like the wrapper part of a burger, you know. But I don't like it. So, if you guys have any ideas on what color I should change that to, someone's probably going to say, just paint it to look like metal, which, you know, maybe is just the route that I should go on a already pretty complex paint job. Do let me know, as I'm trying to figure that out as I work through the rest of these miniatures. I'm going to start blocking in the white parts for their little clown faces. I mean, it would probably be fine if I just painted them to look like metal, honestly. I don't know why I have to be so dramatic all the time. Paint it to look like heavy metal? Is that somehow different from painting it to look like metal? Let's go with this one first. Yeah. This is my, like, favorite of the, different poses that you could do. Like, the Zinch one with the robot arm, this is my actual favorite because I lost parts, because these had been sitting around so long that things just broke off, when I would throw them in a drawer and decide to paint something else. So I had to fix that one, which made it my favorite because I had to, you know, figure it out again. But in terms of poses, I just really like how this one looks. I think he has the best little expression. There's something very, like, Jawa-esque about these, and as a youngin', quite like the Jawas in Star Wars. Thought they were cool. I mean, my favorite were the Ewoks as a child, obviously. Hope everybody out there is ready to hear me ramble about Evangelion as well, because that's part of what's coming up in the next video. I told you I would do it at some point in time, and I wrote the dang video essay, so I'm gonna make it. And I don't care what the algorithm thinks. I don't care if it gets 2 views. I don't care. I'm really excited about making it. I've got this model ready to go, and we're gonna see if people like or hate it. I mean, it doesn't matter. I'm not making my career out of this. It's just a hobby right now, so. Would I love to become a full-time YouTuber? Obviously. But while I have the freedom that my livelihood doesn't depend on this, I really can just do whatever I want, which is great. I'm gonna enjoy that while it lasts. Fiverr is an Ewok. Not last time I checked. I still had very human hands. With a Mothman signet ring, no less. I don't know, like, modern McDonald's are moving away from these garish colors, and they certainly don't feature any characters, really anymore. Like, I don't know if you've been to a recently built and or refurbished McDonald's, but they are very corporate feeling. For lack of a better term, they're like this weird, like, brown, green kind of color scheme. They have like coffee shop colors, and it's weird, and I don't approve. I mean, there's nothing I can do about it except complain to you on the internet about how a fast food franchise made a change. That's the extent of my reach on this situation. But I'm still gonna tell you about it. So many little cables. Sorry, I was just focusing. That's why I stopped talking there. All the little intricate places can be difficult to reach on these guys. Do you buy 2 more Imperial Guard Sentinels? What about the Imperial Guard you have at home, Soda? You have so many to paint. You got your Night Titans. None of the McDonald's have hamburger-shaped seats anymore. Exactly. You get it. You understand. The complaints that I'm making are being heard. I appreciate that. I truly, truly do. Seriously, why do the GW sculptors make the miniatures so complicated? There's so many little straps and things. I'm never going to remember all of them. I can't say that I'm going to willfully miss any details on this model, but I feel like it's just going to happen because there's so much going on. These things are just packed. Hopefully I'm not missing anything. But we'll sort that out if I am later. Did you leave your tiny tape measure here? Maybe? I'll look around for it. I haven't seen it. It's either too much detail or not enough with miniatures. Yeah, I guess that's fair. I don't know. Sometimes I do love a good, simple miniature. It can be nice to paint something that isn't giant or complicated or, you know, just a weird little guy. That's what I want sometimes. A nice little weirdo. Stargrave also has to happen at some point this year. I'm working on getting that put together. I think that weird little alien guy that I painted with the zebra striped rainbow coat, I think he's going to be the first member of my Stargrave / 5 parsecs from home crew. Unless I'm just gonna use these necromunda guys for that as well, which I might do. I was talking about them with my friend Adam the other day. I forget how we got on the topic, but he had commented. He hasn't watched a lot of movies. He doesn't particularly like movies, which is fine. I love movies, however, and so when our friendship first started up, I was like, how can you not like movies? Like, obviously we've got to watch a movie together because that just makes no sense. So we did. We watched a couple of movies, because I was just like, I can find a movie that you'll like. I'm confident in that. And I could, and I did. He liked Knives Out, but like one of the first comments he made while watching it was that the character named Linda totally looked like a Linda, which is fair and is true. But later I was talking to him about someone else who was also named Linda and was also like the same kind of like soccer mom personality where, you know, kind of stuffy and has to get their way. You get what I'm saying here. And he once again said that like, that sounds like such a Linda. I was like, that's the second time you've called someone out on being very Linda-like and having the name Linda. And then we somehow got on the topic of, like, he's like, you need to paint miniatures at some point who are just, like, space Karens. So I thought it would be really kind of funny if the backstory for these necromunda gangers is that they're all minimum wage fast food employees who just snapped. They just fucking lost it one day. They had a Karen. She was ridiculous. So they were like, you know what? We're not getting paid enough for this. So they just fucking lost it. They slaughtered the whole restaurant, basically, until only they were left. And then they got access to the data of every customer who had ever been to this fake McDonald's-like fast food establishment. So their backstory is just that they're trying to hunt down every customer that they've ever had until there are no annoying customers, no customers at all left in the galaxy. That's their backstory. So, yeah. Gang Linda and Gang Karen. I mean, there's some, like, necromunda, like, nobles, right? Like, they have... The Hive City has an upper class that you can murder. Like, necromunda is run by some fat cats. These are just scroungy little guys right now. They're not at the point where they've been successful. Maybe they're probably also cannibals. I don't know. I don't know why I always, like, default to space cannibals when I'm trying to come up with an idea for a crew. I just feel like it's kind of a weird thing. I don't know where my mind goes or why it goes to that. Listen, eating the rich really... in fiction, of course. I'm not advocating for any real-world violence. But in fiction, it's... to take that literally is quite fun. Necromunda is ran by Karens and oversight managers at the fast food as an oversee? I don't know. I'm not sure what word you were trying to spell there. It's an Imperial Fist recruitment world. I don't remember if Imperial Fists are very cannibalistic or brutal or whatever their deal is. I don't know. I don't know what Rogel Dorn's whole shtick is. Texas Chainsaw in space. I'll just turn one of them into the Chainsaw Man. No. I love making candy miniatures. And originally these were going to be Dunkaroo Necromunda and probably have a little bit less intense of a backstory, but when I heard the idea for... Because I'd always wanted to do, like, after Dana Howe painted McDonald's goblins for the Clown collab, I was like, how have I not done anything McDonald's themed yet? So I've been looking for a McDonald's project. So this Necromunda one just happens to be perfect. And then obviously I won't give any spoilers for The Menu, which is a film that recently came out, and it's on HBO Max now, and I've very much enjoyed it and would recommend that anybody who's interested watch it. But I will say that you can see how I've drawn some inspiration from that film for this particular subject and backstory as well. You can say that that Dana is annoyingly good and that you are jealous. Yeah, she is crazy talented. I love watching her work with just layers of consecutive glazing and making something look amazing. I've tried to replicate that, just, you know, because I would love to have my miniatures turn out and look like hers. But I don't have fun painting that way. It's very tedious to me. I can't get the color to work quite right. And I just don't like how my miniatures end up looking. I don't think they look like hers. I don't think they accomplish what I want them to. So while I love Dana Hall's style, I have no fun emulating it, which is a shame for me. Because she seems to have such a great time with how she paints. Ugh, I wish. But you know what? I've come to like my own style, flawed as it is. I can't wait to see Dana's entire Howl City project completed someday. I think that's going to be really fun. Pale Sand ain't half bad, correct. Dana and Pale Same, name a more iconic duo. I'll wait. I can't think of one. That's, you know, they go hand in hand. Do you guys have any miniatures goals for 2023? I think my goals are to... I think I've talked about them before, but I want to paint more skirmish-sized stuff as opposed to huge armies. And I want to paint more Titans. I love painting Titans. I want to paint... well... not Imperial Knight Titans. I don't know. I want to paint more Knights. I think Knights are cool. Army Painter needs to make their own Pale Sand. Well, she's on the color development team, so if anyone is going to out Pale Sand, I feel like Dana could help them on their way. Look, he's on a little swing. Boop, 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 boop. Sorry. Your goal is to finish your crew boys? Okay, cool. That's a great goal. I like how you spelled Cruel Boys there, too. For some reason, Kool-Aid came to mind with that spelling, and I'm like, if you do Kool-Aid themed Cruel Boys, that would be really cool. I don't think that's what you're doing, though. I have my doubts that that's how that's gonna go. I painted Cruel Boys a bunch last year, so I've got plenty of those. I need to paint some more Tau this year for sure. And after this McDonald's project, I will be switching back to more Tau Test Kitchen on the stream. I realized I forgot to paint the little voice box on this guy. So for those of you who have missed Tau Test Kitchen, that is coming back after these Necromunda guys are painted. And we will continue fixing up that Tau army. I know that project isn't going as quickly as some people might have figured that it would. I'm not in a rush for it. I'm having a nice time taking my time with it. And it did take a while to pick a color scheme, so there's also that. In my defense, end of statement. I have no defense. The court recognizes the fact that I have no justification. This sand is 33.3% paler. That might be a selling point for some folks. It's gonna be really fun when I paint their little eyes in. That's always one of my favorite steps in this process. I feel like it really gives them that kind of creepy vibe that I'm both creepy and cute, but it helps them look more like how I envisioned them, essentially. Waffle Tao in the Discord. Oh, sweet. I'll have to check that out. Ecto Cooler Night Haunt. Yeah, that would be cool. I'd love to paint some Flesh Eater quartz with like a weird kind of Kool-Aid color scheme. Blue Raspberry Lemonade Flesh Eater quartz. Yeah. Absolutely. 100%. The thing is, though, I do not need to start another Age of Sigmar project right now. I don't need any additional armies right now, so maybe in the future I'll pick up a zombie dragon or the really nice model where it's just one Flesh Eater Court vampire guy, and he's gripping onto a little piece of like rock sculptural stuff. It's just a really nice dynamic pose. I love that model, but I don't know what he's called. I just kind of like the lore behind Flesh Eater Quartz. A lot of the models I don't really love. But I feel like maybe if I painted them, I could learn to love them. I am going to try and do one video a month this year. I'm not sure if I'll actually manage to do that because mental health always comes first for me, with me not doing this as a career, so I'm hoping, but we'll see what happens. That's not like a hard and fast goal, especially since I will be traveling a couple of times during the year, but I'm interested to see if I'll be able to make that happen. Flesh Eater Court Sharkoberry Fin. Yeah! You know what it's about, Brady. Sharkoberry Fin. Hell yes. There's really like, there's nothing like those little packets, okay? And I'm talking about the old ones. The old packets of Kool-Aid. With the old art on them, because they've made newer art, but like, yeah, the old drawings, I love them. I love the color schemes. They perfectly encapsulate, like, the vibe of trying to sell food to children at that time. Yes. Definitely a major part of my childhood was having some probably very expired Kool-Aid packets always in our spice cabinet to mix up. Blue raspberry lemonade was just my favorite flavor. I think if I tried to drink that now, I would be like, this tastes super horrible. Like, I tend to not go for stuff that's like I love Coca-Cola, I love Arizona green tea, but I don't like grape and orange soda as much as when I was young. I find, like, stuff like Jolly Ranchers, I don't like those kind of things as much as I did when I was a kid. If minis were made out of Kenshi characters, that'd be so cool. I don't know what kind of characters those are. I'm sorry. No, I honest swear on the Mothman, Topher, I do not own any Flesh Eater Quartz models, and I don't have, this is not like a jokey LOL, I'm gonna go out and buy that, like, haha, look at me starting a new army. I legitimately do not have any Flesh Eater Quartz models, and I don't intend to go out and buy any in the near future. I'm pretty satiated in terms of projects. Like, I have a few lined up that are different enough. All of them are things that I want to paint for different reasons. So, right now, probably just because I have that box of Knights that I'm really, really excited for. I don't feel like I have to rush out and get anything new to make exciting. I have, yeah, I'm pretty satisfied. Oh, shit, video froze. Thank you. Did the video freeze? Or did my phone die? Yep, a classic me. Now, please note, I had my phone plugged in and charging. It did, however, die. It did die. Which is fine. To be honest with you, I was probably going to be closing out this stream. Anyway, this was sort of a test run for the new computer, and my back's starting to hurt a little bit, which is usually a pretty good indication that I need to stop streaming and do something else for a little while. But I'm going to finish painting up the white on this model. I know, I should charge my phone more before I start streaming. Classic fives, but what you gonna do? I'm not perfect. Would it be a fun stream for me if I didn't have some technical errors and some fun other things? I'm not sure if you use Discord, the Pug Mage, but we do have a great hobby community that you're more than welcome to join. I'll go ahead, I will post a link in the chat. But if you want to show people your miniatures, because it sounded like you painted a pretty cool Space Marine, we'd love to see them. People share their work in there all the time. I am constantly in there commenting on stuff to the point where Josh calls me out if I'm gone for a few hours watching a movie because he's like, "Ooh, you didn't comment on anything until I talked about the Chicky Tender Knight that you're not going to paint." So yeah, I'm just packing up here. We've got that all taken care of. Thank you for suggesting names for some of the Necromunda gangers, and for watching that start to develop into a fun little group. I can't wait to see where we go from here. Now that I know that I can stream off this laptop with relative ease, there isn't going to be too much. It's just going to be regular, non-existent stream schedule with me streaming once a week on a random day of my choice that I don't announce until about 5 seconds before I start streaming, if that. Yeah, one of these days maybe I'll make a stream schedule, but probably not. There's probably other stuff that I should say. Oh, like, comment, subscribe if you're not subscribed. I have a Patreon if you want to support me. I have a Ko-fi. YouTube likes it when I say that, maybe, so I'm gonna do that. But that's it. I'll sign off for now. Everybody have a good night. I'll catch you in the next one.